Years ago, my 35M wife, 35F, said she regretted our marriage and she wanted her ex. I'm not even sure where to start with this, but screw it, maybe putting it all out there will help me make sense of everything. I'm 35 now, so is my wife. Let's call her Lily. We got married when we were both 22. Dumb. Rushed. Naive. We'd known each other barely 3 months and had seen each other in person for 3 days. 3 days. It started online. I was stationed overseas in the military and just a few months from coming back to the States. Bored and lonely, I started checking out dating sites for the area I'd be moving to. That's how I found her. Lily. Funny, cute, easy to talk to. We hit it off fast. It escalated into virtual date nights, shows synced up while we ate dinner, even late-night adult video calls. You get the picture. Then, out of nowhere, she breaks it off. Says she wants to see where things go with her male best friend, Jack, someone she's known since elementary school. I was stunned. We'd only been talking for like 2 months, but still, felt like I'd been sucker punched. But get this. Less than a day later, she messages me back saying it didn't work out with Jack and she wanted me back. In hindsight, that should have been the end. That should have been my warning shot. But I hadn't even had time to grieve or process it. I just took her back. Dumb, I know. Then came the marriage idea. I was about to be stationed 7 hours from her. Long distance wasn't ideal. One of us, we don't even remember who, half-joked about how easier it would be if we were married. Joke turned into curiosity. Curiosity turned into planning. Next thing you know, I'm landing in the US on November 1st and we're married less than 2 weeks later. Wedding day was the 3rd time we'd ever seen each other in person. It was stupid and impulsive. I'll be the first to admit that. But I also don't regret everything because, well, there were good years later. But what came first? A giant red flag. 3 months into marriage, I'm helping her clean up her laptop. I click on a file thinking it's something she wanted to keep. Nope. Sex tape. Not us, her and an ex, Kevin. She'd made it less than a year before we met. I was annoyed, yeah. Grossed out. But it was before she knew me. I told myself to let it go. But then I found out she hadn't really broken up with Kevin before dating me. Turns out he'd been deployed, ghosted her when he came back due to PTSD, and she just assumed it was over. No real closure. And right after that, she starts talking to me. And worse? After we got married, Kevin got back in touch. She was sending him old pictures, flirty messages, even nudes after we were married. But it gets so much worse. So yeah, right after we got married, Kevin reached out to her again. She told me she didn't respond, but I'm not stupid. I saw the messages. Flirty. Casual. Like they still had a thing. She even sent him old pictures of herself. Not necessarily sexual, but still intimate enough to make me sick. She claimed it was just closure. Said I was overreacting. That I needed to trust her. And like a dumbass I did. Again. But then, a few months into our marriage, Lily got pregnant. We hadn't even fully figured out how to be around each other yet. I was terrified, not because I didn't want to be a dad, but because deep down, I already felt like I was holding on to something fragile. Something that would break the second I let my guard down. She lost the baby around 11 weeks. I remember every detail. How she called me crying. How she blamed herself. How I held her while she sobbed into my chest and said over and over again, I just wanted to be a mom. And I believed her. I comforted her. I tried to be strong. But then, her ex Jack, the best friend she almost chose over me, came to visit. Not even a week after the miscarriage. She didn't ask me. Didn't tell me until after he had already left. Said he was just there to check on her. Said I was being dramatic for being upset about it. She insisted nothing happened. But my gut said otherwise. I wasn't even jealous, I just felt betrayed. That I could go through something with her and she'd still turn to someone else before turning to me. Still, I swallowed it. I stayed. I loved her. I wanted our stupid, messy marriage to somehow turn into something real. We started going to therapy. It helped, for a while. We learned to communicate better, to argue without screaming. I started trusting her again. We got a dog. Took a trip to New York. Talked about trying for another baby someday. There were glimpses of normalcy. Of peace. For a while, it actually felt like we were healing. Then came the message. It was a random Wednesday night. She'd fallen asleep early. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. And yeah, I looked. I'm not proud of it, but that little voice in my head, the one that had been there since day one, wouldn't shut up. It was a message to a friend. Just a chat about life, nothing too serious. But then I saw the sentence that still echoes in my head to this day. Sometimes I wish I just stayed with Kevin. He was messed up, but at least I was in love. I read that line a dozen times. I wanted it to mean something else. Anything else. I wanted to believe she was just venting, or drunk, or reminiscing on a bad day. But then I kept reading. She talked about how she felt trapped by our marriage. How she settled for stability. How she wasn't in love with me anymore, maybe hadn't been since the beginning. She said I was safe. Safe. Like a backup plan. I didn't say anything that night. Just laid there next to her, staring at the ceiling. Listening to her breathe like nothing was wrong, like she hadn't just gutted me with one sentence. I told myself I'd confront her in the morning. But the morning came, and I didn't. I couldn't. Because some twisted part of me still thought I could fix it. That maybe she'd come to me and tell me she was unhappy and we could work through it again. Like always. But she didn't. She kissed me on the cheek, made coffee, and scrolled Instagram like it was any other day. A week passed. Then too. I barely slept. Barely ate. Every time she touched me, I flinched. Not because I didn't love her, but because now I knew for sure that she didn't love me. Then came the confession. We were in bed one night, not arguing, not fighting, just quiet. She turned to me and said, "Do you ever think we rushed into all this?" I asked what she meant. She sighed. Said she felt like she'd never really had time to figure out who she was before becoming someone's wife. I didn't get angry. I just listened. I asked if she still wanted to be married. She hesitated. Then she said the worst thing she possibly could have. I don't know. I don't know. That answer broke me more than any cheating ever could have. Because it meant she wasn't even fighting for this anymore. That she was already halfway out the door, just waiting for me to open it. Still, I asked if there was someone else. She said no. I asked if there had been someone else emotionally, physically, at any point. She didn't answer right away. Just looked at the wall and whispered it didn't mean anything. Turns out she'd seen Kevin again. Last summer. While visiting her sister out of state. She didn't plan it, apparently. He reached out. They got coffee. One thing led to another. She swore it was just one time. That she felt guilty immediately. That it only confirmed she didn't want him. That it wasn't worth it. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't even speak. I just got up, walked into the bathroom, locked the door, and stared at myself in the mirror for a long time. I didn't recognize the guy looking back at me. He looked exhausted. Like someone who'd been drowning for years and finally realized no one was coming to pull him out. That night, I slept on the couch. She cried. Said she was sorry. Said she wanted to fix it. But I think it was already too late. I didn't move out. Not yet. But everything changed. The air between us felt different. Colder. Like we were two ghosts haunting the same house. Then, a month later, she dropped another bomb. She wanted to move out just for a little while to clear her head. I didn't fight her on it. I helped her pack. And when she hugged me goodbye, it felt more like a funeral than a separation. The silence after she left was deafening. The house, once filled with laughter, music, stupid TikToks she'd show me at 2 a.m. It became a museum of everything we used to be. Her coffee mug on the counter. Her robe still hanging on the door. Her damn shampoo smell lingering in the bathroom like a ghost that refused to leave. I tried to stay strong. Told myself she just needed space. That this was temporary. But deep down, I knew better. Days turned into weeks. We barely spoke. When we did, it was dry like coworkers. Hey, just checking in. Hope you're good. Yeah, you too. Then I saw it. Kevin had posted a photo. A casual shot of a coffee shop patio. 2 drinks. One hand manicured, holding her hand. I stared at it for a long time, zooming in like some unhinged detective. I recognized her bracelet. I bought it for our 2nd anniversary. My stomach dropped. I didn't confront her. I didn't even message her. I just sat in the dark that night, wondering how the hell we got here. How someone I shared my life with could become a stranger this fast. A week later, she finally called. Her voice was soft, like she knew she was about to crush me again. She said she wanted to meet. So we did. She looked different. Happier somehow. Lighter. We sat on opposite ends of a park bench. No touching. No, I missed you. Just business. She told me she'd started seeing someone just recently. I didn't argue. Didn't bring up the bracelet. Then she said she didn't think we should keep dragging this out. That it wasn't fair to either of us. I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because I realized she'd emotionally checked out months ago and I'd been the only one holding on to something already dead. So I nodded. Told her I agreed. That maybe it was for the best. She looked surprised. Like she expected me to beg. To cry. To plead for another chance. But I didn't. Because I was done begging someone to choose me. We sat there in silence for a while. Then she left. No hug this time. No tears. Just, take care. And that was it. 6 years gone in a half-hour conversation and a lukewarm goodbye. The night she left for good, I deleted every picture of us. Every trip, every birthday, even the dumb selfies where we looked half asleep but happy. Gone. Not because I hated her, but because looking at them felt like swallowing glass. I wish I could say I jumped straight into healing. Into rediscovering myself. Gym, therapy, self-love, all that Instagram advice. But truth is, I spiraled. I drank too much. Ate too little. Listened to voice notes she left me like they were lullabies. Once I watched a video of her singing in the car, off-key and obnoxious like always, and I laughed so hard I cried. Then just cried. My friends tried to pull me out. Let's go out. You need a rebound. Bro, you're better off. Maybe they were right. But I hated hearing it. I didn't want a rebound. I wanted answers. How did someone promise me forever and just leave? How do you go from planning kids and buying furniture to watching her fall in love with the guy who was just a friend? Eventually, I hit rock bottom. One night, I found myself scrolling her new guy's Instagram at 3 a.m., zooming in on their beach trip, dissecting her smile like it was evidence. That's when I realized I wasn't missing her. I was missing who I thought she was. So I signed off. Blocked her. Blocked him. Deleted all the songs she loved from my playlists. And I got help. Therapy was weird at first. I sat there like a brick wall for 2 sessions. But slowly, the cracks formed. Turns out I tied my entire identity to her. My worth, my plans, my peace all rooted in that relationship. And when she left, it felt like I did too. But piece by piece I started coming back. I picked up old hobbies. Started running again. Wrote some brutally honest journal entries. Started sleeping through the night without dreams of her walking away. It's not like I woke up one day magically cured. Some mornings I still miss her. Some nights I still wonder if she ever looks back. But I don't hate her. I don't hate Kevin either. They did what they did. And it broke me. But I'm still here. Still standing. And every day I rebuild. Not to prove anything. Not to win her back. But because I deserve to know who I am outside of someone else's love. So here's the part one never told anyone. 3 months after we broke up, I got a message. Not from her. Not from Kevin. From Kevin's girlfriend. Yeah, it turns out Kevin had a girlfriend the entire time he was sleeping with mine. She sent me screenshots, texts, selfies, even a video of Kevin lying next to her in bed while texting my ex. My stomach turned. All this time, I thought I was the only one who'd been betrayed. Turns out she was playing side piece to a guy who was already two-timing. I didn't reply, didn't reach out to her, didn't gloat, didn't vent, because for the first time I felt nothing. Not the hollow ache in my chest. Not the burning anger. Just clarity. They both got what they deserved. Last I heard, Kevin's girlfriend dumped him and moved to another city. My ex, she's still posting those filtered couple pics, pretending everything's perfect. But I know the truth now. She didn't leave me for something better. She left because she didn't know how to love honestly. And Kevin? He never knew how to love at all. As for me, I'm not gonna act like I'm completely healed. I still catch myself flinching when I hear her name. Still double take when someone wears her perfume. But I'm free. I don't check her page. I don't replay the what-ifs. Instead, I focus on me. I learned how to sit with my emotions without being ruled by them. I know now that loyalty isn't just about not cheating, it's about choosing someone every damn day even when it's hard. And I've realized something else too. Sometimes, the people who break you also wake you. They pull the mask off. They show you who they are and who you were pretending to be for their love. So yeah, she shattered me. But I picked up every broken piece. Not to put myself back the way I was, but to build someone stronger, smarter, and way less naive. And that guy? He's never letting anyone make him feel replaceable again.